There's a line along the skyline where the blue turns into gray. Not a cloud, not passing weather, just something pushing through the day. And the air begins to thicken, like it's learning how to choke. There's a signal in the distance, black smoke rising from below. I saw it first above the rooftops, just a thread against the light. Didn't think it meant a warning, didn't think it meant tonight. But it grew without a question, didn't bend, didn't divide, like it knew exactly where to go and didn't care who stood beside. There's a smell I can't ignore now, not quite ash, not quite decay, just a trace of something burning that won't ever fade away. No sirens yet, no voices raised, just something spreading through the haze. And every breath I try to take feels like a slow and quiet break. There's black smoke rising in the sky tonight, no way to tell what's wrong or right, just something climbing dark and slow from something burning down below. I tried to look away tonight, but it kept on filling up the sky, and every second standing still. Let it grow against my will. The streets don't move, the doors stay closed, like no one wants to name it yet. Every window holds a shadow, trying hard not to connect. I hear a crack beneath the silence, like a structure giving in. But the sound gets lost in distance before it ever reaches skin. There's no flame for me to point at, no clear source that I can blame, just a column drawing upward, like it's spelling out a name. No line to cross, no truth to face, just something taking up the space. And every step I take away still keeps it centered in my gaze. There's black smoke rising in the sky tonight, no clean escape, no end in sight. You can close your eyes, refuse to know, but it's still rising from below. Oh, I turned, I tried to hide, but it stretched from side to side. And every breath I tried to save just pulled it deeper into place. I walked toward it without thinking, like it had me in its pull. Every step the air got heavier, every silence growing full. No fire line, no edge to cross, no moment where it all began. Just the smoke becoming thicker, till I couldn't see where I stand. And in that blindness, slow and certain, with the world reduced to gray, I stopped searching for the source and felt it wasn't far away. It ain't the flame you need to fear, it's what you let keep burning here. Every truth you leave below finds a way to rise as smoke, and smoke don't lie, don't pretend. It shows you something at the end, so every spark you let remain will write itself across your name. There's black smoke and now I see it was never far from me. No matter how darkness closer here. Now the sky's gone to shadow, and the air won't let me breathe. Every step is just a question with no answer underneath. And if you ever see it rising from a place you left behind, don't wait around to try to name it. It might already be your sign. Come in fire and flame, just a quiet smile and a borrowed name. The door swung wide, though I locked it tight, like he'd been waiting all my life. The air went still, the shadows spun when I shook hands with the devil's son. And something deep inside me knew there's things a man can't undo. Twice the lies, a suit too clean for dusty ground, and boots that never made a sound. He said, I heard you've lost your way, been running hard, but here to stay. I laughed like I had something left, but all I had was empty breath. He placed a paper on the table, wood, it's a sign of slow, it'll do you good. But every word I tried to read felt like it shifted back at me. The pen felt cold inside my hand, like it already knew the plan. And every thought I tried to form just bent beneath this quiet storm. I made a deal with the devil's son, now I can't escape what I've become. No chains, no fire, no burning throne, just something living in my bones. So I tried to walk, I tried to run, but you can't outride what's already done. And every breath I take alone feels like it's no longer my own. The room went dark without a change, like light itself had turned estranged. He didn't move, he didn't blink, just watch me slowly start to sink. I asked him what the price would be. He said, you'll learn it gradually, and smiled like it wasn't cruel, but something worse than any rule. The walls bent in the air, grew tight, like truth was hiding out of sight. And every second ticking through felt like it already knew. I signed it quick, I signed it blind, like I could leave it all behind. But every line I tried to flee just carved itself inside of me. I made a deal with the devil's son, now I can't escape what I've become. No chains, no fire, no burning throne, just something living in my bones. Oh, I tried to walk, I tried to run, but you can't outride what's already done. And every breath I take alone feels like it's no longer my own. I saw him once in a passing street where strangers turn but never meet. He tipped his hat and walked on by like I was just another lie. No hell below, no sky above, just something twisted out of love. A quiet shift I can't explain that settles deeper into pain. And every mirror shows me less of who I was before the mess, like something took what I once knew and left behind a different view. It ain't a soul you give away, it's every choice you let decay. Every truth you choose to bend becomes the deal you can't amend. And devils don't need flame or sin, they just find cracks and crawl within, till everything you thought was you belongs to something you can't undo. I made a deal, I understand, no written law, the deal I made with the devil's son. Oh, I tried to fight, I tried to see what part of this was still me. But every breath I take alone proves I've never been my own. Now I don't pray, I don't confess, I walk around what's left of less. No past to claim, no truth to own, just something colder than a stone. And if you ever hear that knock, soft and slow, right on your block, don't let him in, don't play his game, or you'll forget your own damn name. The door still creaks, the night stands still, and something bends against my will, and I remain where shadows run, with the deal I made with the devil's son. Beneath the black oak tree, with a change you forged to silence me. I throw the dirt and say your last goodbye, but don't you dare believe I'll die. Cause the thunder knows my name too well. I walk through fire and I've lived through hell. I hear the devil whisper soft and low, lay down boy, just let go. But I ain't built to break that way. I'll rise again come judgment day. There's a stain beneath the surface where the light won't settle right. No matter how I turn away, it darkens in the sight, and the room don't hold a memory, but it feels like something stayed, like a mark I tried to cover, never really went away. I washed my hands in cold water till the skin began to break. Thought if I could numb the feeling, I could wash out what it takes. But the lines are still familiar, every crease a quiet trace, like it's written in the pattern I can't ever rearrange. There's no red left in the daylight, no proof I can defend, but I see it in the corners where the shadows never end. No witness there, no voice to call, just something deeper than it all. And every breath I force to stay feels like it's giving me away. It's the blood I tried to hide tonight, no stain in view, no wrong, no right, just something seeping through the cracks. No matter how I hold it back, oh, I tried to clean, I tried to deny every place it might survive, but every step I take inside leads me back to what I hide. I burned the clothes, erased the outline, left no shape to recognize, but the smell of something fading still returns without a sign. There's no color left to point at, no mark upon the floor, but the space it used to occupy feels heavier than before. I hear it in the quiet moments, not a sound but something near, like a presence in the stillness that refuses to disappear. No thread to cut, no past to end, just something I can't comprehend. And every truth I push aside finds another way to rise. It's the blood I tried to hide tonight, no trace to prove, no clear inside. You can bury it beneath your name, but it doesn't fade the same. Oh, I turned out tried to see what I became, but the glass don't show the damage. It just holds me all the same. No mark to claim, no wound to follow, nothing I can clearly see, but the weight of what I buried still moves somewhere under me. And in that silence, cold and steady, with no proof I could deny, I stopped searching for the stain and felt it wasn't outside. It ain't the blood upon your skin, it's what you carry deep within. Every truth you try to clear leaves a mark that stays right here. And time don't wash what you conceal, it only does what you can feel. So every trace you try to hide finds another place inside. It's the blood, and now I understand. It was never in my hands, no matter how I tried to clean. It's in every in-between. Oh, I ran, I tried to deny, but it never left my side. And every step I thought was new just pulled me deeper into you. Now the room is standing empty, and there's nothing left to show, but the weight is still around me in a way I can't outgrow. And if you ever try to bury something you can't justify, don't look down to see what's hidden. You might feel it in your mind.
No signs, no names, just a line that keeps on stretching through a landscape stripped of change. And the sky hangs low and heavy, like it's trying not to tell, where the distance slowly tightens into something close to hell. I got on it without thinking. It didn't question where it led. Every mile felt like an answer to the things I never said. No headlights coming toward me, no one passing, going back, like the road was never meant to hold a second set of tracks. There's no sound beneath the tires, but I feel it in my bones, like the ground is pulling forward, dragging everything I've known. No map to read, no line to break, just something every mile will take. And every breath I try to slow still moves me further down the road. And the road ends in hell tonight. No wrong turn, no left or right, just a line I chose to ride. Now there's nowhere else to drive. Oh, I tried to turn, I tried to stall, but there's no stopping this at all. And every mile I thought I'd save just paved the path I couldn't change. The mirrors show a fading distance, but nothing I can recognize. Like the past is losing detail as it slowly vaporizes. There's no heat, no flames ahead, no fire lighting up the sky, just a weight that keeps on building like a truth I can't deny. I pass shapes that look like markers, but they crumble when I'm near. Like the road don't want a witness to what's waiting at the end here. No voice to warn, no sign to read, just something tightening its lead. And every second moving on feels like I knew it all along. Yeah, the road ends in hell tonight. Not a place, not a sight, just a point you can't outrun when there's nowhere left to become. Oh, I ran it through my mind, tried to leave it all behind, but every path I thought was free was just another way to me. I slowed down near the horizon, doesn't get more clear. It just folds into the present, like the end is already here. No gate, no line to cross over, no sudden drop or final fall. Just the road dissolving under, like it never was at all. And in that stillness, cold and hollow, with no distance left to sell, I stop looking for an ending and start recognizing hell. It ain't a place beneath the ground, it ain't a fire or a sound. It's every step you justify till there was nowhere left to hide. And the roads don't end where you expect, they end in what you don't reject. So every mile you let it bend is where the line begins to end. And the road ended long ago, I just never let it show. No matter how far I would go, I was standing where I know. I tried to change the frame, tried to outrun every name, but every mile I called my own was just a step toward what I'd grown. Now there's no road left beneath me, but I'm still moving all the same. No direction, no horizon, just the echo of the same. And if you ever find a road that don't question where you've been, you might think it leads to freedom, but the road might end in hell. There's a hole out past the tree line where the earth won't settle right. Shovel marks still cut the silence from a long forgotten night. But the dirt don't stay where it's thrown, and the ground don't keep its keep. Something restless in the hollow, don't believe in buried sleep. I dug it deep to hide the weight of something I can't name. Every swing just made it clearer, I was digging in to blame. No cross to mark, no stone to hold it, just a patch of broken land. But the wind kept shifting over like it didn't understand. I walked away before the sunrise, left no trace I could recall. But some things don't need a witness, they just follow through it all. No prayer said no final sound, just something lost beneath the ground. And every step I tried to take felt like a path I couldn't break. There's no grave for the guilty tonight, no place to bury what you hide. You can cover it in dirt and lies, but it don't stay out of sight. Oh, I ran, I tried to deny every shadow passing by, but every step I take alone feels like it's already known. The ground it breathes beneath my feet, like it's trying to speak out loud. Every root and every stone pulls tighter like a shroud. There's nobody left to find there, but the space still holds the shape, like the earth remembers better every move I try to escape. I hear it when the night goes quiet, not a voice, not even sound, just a pressure in the stillness, like it's rising from the ground. No line to cross, no end to reach, just something just beyond my speech. And every truth I tried to kill is breathing somewhere deeper still. There's no grave for the guilty tonight, no dark enough to hide the sight. You can bury it 1,000 times, but it won't stay out of mind. Oh, I turned, I tried to flee, but it kept on finding me. And every
I had done, but the hole was gone without a trace, like it had never been begun. No disturbed earth, no broken branches, just the land stretched clean and wide. But I felt it underneath me, like it never left my side. And in that moment, cold and certain, with the sky turned pale and thin, I stopped looking for a grave and felt it opening within. It ain't the ground that takes the blame, it ain't the dark that hides the name. It's every truth you choose to bend that digs a hole that has no end. And guilt don't rest where bodies lie, it moves, it breathes, it don't comply. So every secret left to rot becomes the thing that you are not. There's no grave for the guilty, I know, no place left to let it go. No matter how deep I've descended, it's already where I've been. Oh, I tried to make it end, tried to bury, tried to mend, but every line I crossed before just opened out a little more. Now the ground is still beneath me, but it don't feel like before. Every step is something hollow, like it's waiting for the fall. And if you ever think you've buried something you can't undo, don't look down for where it's hidden. It might be looking back at you.
There's a sound that wakes the darkness, right when everything goes still. Not a voice and not a warning, just a weight you start to feel. And it drags along the silence, like it's searching through the night. There's a rhythm in the distance that don't care if you're inside. First it comes in faint and distant, like it's easy to ignore. Just a shift against the quiet, like a footstep on the floor. But it grows without a pattern, slow and steady, hard to place, like it's circling the moment, not confined to time or space. There's no source I can point toward, no direction I can choose, but it sounds a little closer every time I think I've moved. No light to cast, no shape to see, just something tightening on me. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's waking what should sleep. It's the sound of chains at midnight clear, no one else but I can hear, just a dragging through the dark, like it's pulling at a mark. Oh, I try to block it out, pretend that it's something I can end, but every night it comes the same, like it's calling out my name. I check the doors, I check the windows, found no sign of anything, but the sound don't need an entry, it just is like it's been. There's a pattern in the scraping, like a spell in something slow. Every pause feels like a question that I'm already meant to know. I stood still to let it pass me, but it didn't move along. It just settled in the silence, like it knew where I belonged. No lock to turn, no thread to break, just something I can't separate. And every step I take to flee still keeps it walking next to me. It's the sound of change.
I waited once to face the hour, let the silence fall in place. Didn't move, didn't breathe, just let the dark reveal its face. And the sound came right on schedule, not behind me, through my chest. Like the weight I thought was trailing had been something I possessed. No iron links, no hands to bind me, no chain laid out in view, just a pull I couldn't measure, but I finally felt it true. It ain't the night that brings it near, it ain't a ghost you need to fear. It's everything you never free that learns to drag itself in need. And chains don't always show their weight, they move with you, they resonate. So every step you call your own might not be yours to walk alone. It's the sound and now I understand, it was never in the land. No matter how I turned to see, it was always part of me. Oh, I stopped, I didn't run, let it drag me where I'd come. And every step I tried to claim was bound inside a hidden chain. Now midnight doesn't feel like time, it's just a place I fall into. Every night the sound returns, like it's something I must do. And if you ever hear it creeping, when the world has gone to rest, don't look out into the darkness, you might hear it in your chest.
Till the devil is gone. The rope hangs still in the morning haze, like it's been waiting all these days. The scaffold creaks without a sound above that dry and sacred ground. Stands back with lowered eyes beneath a pale and empty sky. And somewhere low, where silence belongs, the hangman hums a song. He wakes before the rising sun to finish what must now be done. No badge of pride, no joy, no hate, just another man delivering fate. His boots drag slow across the boards, like they've memorized these final chores. And every night his hands prepare, feels like a burden hanging there. He never speaks beyond what's due, no comfort false, no borrowed truth. But in his eyes there lingers long the shadow of the hangman's song. The crowd stays quiet, hard and still, as justice bends to human will. And every breath the condemned draws echoes louder than the law. Hear the hangman's song tonight, low and hollow, stripped of light. No mercy in the words he hums, just the sound of what becomes. Oh, the rope don't ask, the rope don't lie, it just waits beneath the sky. man climbs with shaking knees as the wind moves through the trees. No preacher's prayer can slow the dawn. No pleading voice can carry on. The hangman lifts the cloth with care, like even death needs something fair. And every face in that still crowd refuses to cry aloud. The final words are hard to hear, lost somewhere between shame and fear. Then silence falls so sharp and strong, broken only by the hangman's song. The lever waits beneath his hand, like the edge of shifting sand. And every second stretching thin feels like judgment closing in. Hear the hangman's song tonight, low and hollow, stripped of light. No mercy in the words he hums, just the sound of what becomes. Oh, the rope don't ask, the rope don't lie, it just waits beneath the sky. And every soul that hears that song knows the ending won't be long. The body swings, the crowd steps back as morning spills across the black. No cheering cry, no justice won, just another life undone. The hangman looks but does not stare, like he's learned not to see what's there. And every breath he takes alone sounds heavier than stone. He cuts the rope when all is done, then walks away before the sun. But in the wind that lingers strong, the echo of the hangman's song. It ain't the rope that leaves the scar, it's who we become for what we are. Every life we choose to wait takes something from us all away. And the hangman don't escape the cost, each name becomes another loss, till every note he hums belongs to all the dead inside his song. Hear the hangman's song once more, drifting through the courthouse door. No triumph there, no justice won, just the shadow of what's done. Her ashes falling like a black snowstorm. The sky's on fire and the sun ain't warm. I left my blood on the canyon stone, the bullet waiting with my name carved on its bone. The church bell rang as the silence broke. Now I'm a dead man right through the smoke. The wind screams loud like the wounded cry. but just enough to carry blame. A shovel leaned against the wall like it had answered some dark call, and every stain I couldn't name felt tied to him just the same. The Bible lay upon the stand, but pages slipped like shifting sand, and every verse I tried to read felt twisted by a deeper need. The candles flickered, then went thin, like something breathed from deep within, and every truth I tried to seek came back colder than I'd speak. There's a dark secret in the preacher's soul, something no prayer could make whole. No scripture line, no sacred plea could wash away what I could see. Oh, I tried to trust, I tried to believe, but truth don't care what we conceive. And every word he used to preach couldn't hide what lay beneath. I followed where the floorboards creaked, where silence whispered, never leaked, and found a place beneath the stone where truth was never left alone. No faces clear, no names to call, just something written on the wall, in marks too jagged to ignore, like something tried to say much more. And in that moment, cold and still, I felt the weight of quiet will. Not evil loud, not wrath or flame, just something that don't need a name. It ain't the cloth, it ain't the prayer, it's what we hide when no one's there. Every truth we choose to bend finds a place it doesn't end. And fate don't always make things right, sometimes it just hides the sight, till everything we tried to trust turns slowly into dust. There's a dark secret I can't outrun, not is alone, it's in everyone. No holy ground, no place to stand when truth slips through your hands. Oh, I tried to leave, I tried to go, but there's something now I know, and every shadow I now see looks a little like me. Now I don't pray, I don't confess, I carry more and speak it less. No faith to claim, no truth to hide, just something walking by my side. And if you ever hear that bell ringing soft where silence dwells, don't answer quick, don't trust the call, or you might learn it all. The bell still rings, but no one hears. It echoes through the passing years, and I remain where truth control is buried deep in a preacher's soul. It just hangs there still and thin, like it's watching where I'm going and where I've always been. I left before the sun could rise, didn't take a thing but breathe. Tried to outrun what I'd done, but it followed anyway. Every step feels pre-decided, like the path was laid in stone, and the sound behind my footsteps never sounds like I'm alone. There's no face I can remember, no clear line I crossed that night. Just a weight that keeps its distance, always just outside my sight. No voice to call, no shape to see, just something keeping pace with me. And every turn I try to make feels like a loop I can't escape. It's a sin I can't outrun tonight. No end in dark, no end in light. No matter how far I decide, it's always right here at my side. Oh, I ran till I came undone. Still it moved when I would run, and every mile I leave behind just brings it closer into line. The towns all blur like passing shadows. No one looks me in the eye, like they know what I don't mention, like they've seen it walking by. There's no mark upon my body, no confession I can give, but it's written in the silence, in the way I try to live. I hear it when the wind goes quiet, not a step, not even sound, just a shift in something steady, like it's rising from the ground. No trail to lose, no track to break, just something time won't ever shake. And every breath I try to slow only proves it doesn't go. It's a sin I can't outrun tonight. No place to hide, no end in sight. You can bury it beneath your name, but it don't forget the shape. Oh, I turned, I tried to divide who I was from what I hide, but every line I tried to draw just led me back to what I saw. I stopped running for a moment, let the distance close its space, turned around to finally face it, but there wasn't any face. No shadow cast, no figure standing, just the road I'd always known, and the weight I thought was chasing was the way I'd always gone. And in that stillness, cold and certain, with no past left to defend, I stopped looking for a hunter and felt it settle in my step. It ain't a ghost that's on your trail, it ain't a thing that's bound to fail. It's every choice you let remain that learns to move without a name. And running don't create escape, it just redraws the same old shape. So every mile you try to flee becomes the path beneath your feet. It's a sin, and now I understand. It was never close behind my back. No matter how far I would go, it's in every step I own. Oh, I ran till I was none. Still it moved when I was done, and every road I thought was new was just a different way it grew. Now the road don't feel like distance, it just stretches where I stand. Every step is something written in a line I didn't plan. And if you ever try to outrun something you don't name or face, you might find it isn't chasing. It's already set your pace. I've been here before. The wind whispers sins I can't deny. Every mile I go I hear the angels cry. I bury brothers where the dust runs deep. The names carved in the bones I keep. 'Cause hell follows where I ride. Fire burning right behind. Every hoofbeat shakes the ground. Every ghost I've ever found. There's a road that never straightens, no matter where I turn. Every mile just folds behind me like something's being burned. And the sky don't change its color, it just hangs there still and thin, like it's watching where I'm going and where.
The paper's torn, but still it stays, pinned up there for all their gaze. Faded ink, but clear enough, a name that time won't call a bluff. The wind pulls corners thin and slow, like it's trying not to show that every eye that passes by still reads my name like it won't die. I saw it first in a dusty town, tacked up where the sun burns down. A crooked nail, a splintered board, like judgment didn't need a sword. The sketch don't match the man I am, but close enough to understand that every road I try to ride still keeps that shadow by my side. They roll my crimes in careful lines, with empty words and borrowed signs, but none of them could really say what I lost along the way. I tried to tear it from the wall, but more just answer to the call. And every place I choose to go already seems to know my name's on the wanted poster still, pinned against some broken will. No mercy in the ink they write, just a story painted black and white. Though I tried to change, I tried to run, but you can't outride what's been done. And every town I wander through already knows what I might do. The sheriff looked but didn't speak, like he'd been waiting all this week. He tapped the sign and tipped his hat, like that was more than enough of that. The saloon went quiet when I walked in, like they could smell it on my skin. That weight you carry when you know you'll never outrun what you sow. I caught my face in a whiskey glass, distorted like a shattered past. And for a second I could see the man they think I'll always be. The truth don't shout, it don't defend, it the ashes hit the ground. But even smoke can't hide a name that's already tied to flame. They don't need proof, they don't need sight, just something to make wrong feel right. And every step I try to mend just circles back again. The road don't judge, but it don't care. It just keeps leading anywhere except away from what I've been, or what I'm locked within. It ain't the paper, it ain't the ink, it's what they choose to make you think. Every line they write down fast turns into a life that lasts. And maybe I became that man somewhere between the blood and sand. Or maybe I was always there, waiting in that hollow stare. My name's on a wanted poster still, no place left, no iron will, just fading lines that won't erase the truth they pinned up on my face. So I tried to run, I tried to hide, but I can't outrun what's inside. And every road I think is new leads me back to what they knew. Now I don't tear them down no more, I just walk past every door. No fight to win, no truth to prove, just something I can't remove. And if you ever see that sign with a name that looks like mine, don't stare too long, don't wonder why. Some names are meant to never die. The paper fades but never falls, still hanging there on broken walls. And I remain where shadows loiter, with my name on a wanted poster.
There's a ghost in my whiskey glass tonight, floating slow in amber light. I tilt it back but it won't pass, just stares at me through broken glass. The bar's gone quiet, low and thin, like it knows the state I'm in. And every sip I try to take feels like a memory awake. Came in late with dust on boots, carrying truths I can't dispute. The bartender don't say a word, like silence is what's preferred. The mirror cracks behind the shelf, shows someone else instead of myself. A face I know but can't defend, like it's been worn too thin to mend. I raise the glass to drown it out, but something lingers in the drought of everything I tried to hide, now sitting right there inside. The ice don't melt, it just dissolves, like it's part of what evolves. And every breath I hold too fast gets trapped inside that glass. There's a ghost in my whiskey glass tonight, won't fade away, won't lose the fight. No matter how much I deny, it keeps staring back inside. Oh, I tried to drink it all away, but it never chose to stay. And every truth I tried to pass still lives inside that glass. I swear I see him clear as day, the man I left along the way. Not dead, not gone, not set free, just something that remembers me. He doesn't speak, he doesn't move, but somehow I still feel accused. Not by blame or judgment call, just by being there at all. The bar still creaks beneath my
inside that glass. I pour it out across the floor, but that don't help me anymore. The ghost don't drown, it don't fade out. It lingers in the doubt, and in the empty, tilted glass I still can see what couldn't pass. Not in the drink, not in the bar, but in the place where we both are. I close my eyes, but still it stays like something time can't wash away. And every breath I try to claim still whispers out my name. It ain't the drink, it ain't the night, it's every wrong I made feel right. Every piece I tried to hide now sits there by my side. And ghosts don't come from far away, they're what we carry day to day, till every glance we dare to cast shows a ghost within the glass. There's a ghost in my whiskey glass I see, and it's been waiting here for me. No running left, no place to hide, just truth I can't divide. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it's etched into my mind. And every drink I try to pass still holds that ghost inside the glass. Now I don't pour, I don't pretend, I just sit here till the end. No peace to find, no truth to chase, just that reflection in its place. And if you ever raise your glass and see something that won't pass, don't drink it down, don't let it last, or you'll meet the ghost in your glass. The bottle's dry, the night runs slow, but something here won't let me go. And I remain where shadows pass, with a ghost in my whiskey glass.
The engine hums like a dying breath, dragging steel across what's left. No station sign, no final call, just empty tracks and nothing at all. The headlights cut through dust and air, but there ain't no destination there. And every mile that disappears just echoes back through all these years. I bought a ticket I didn't need, paid in regret and silent greed. The conductor didn't ask my name, like it wouldn't matter all the same. The seats are worn, the windows cracked, like time itself can't double back. And every face I try to see turns away slowly from me. The train don't stop, it don't slow down, it don't care who's lost or found. And every track it rides along feels like somewhere I went wrong. No map to read, no path to trace, just movement without a place. And every breath I try to take feels like a quiet slow mistake. This is the last ride to nowhere tonight. No end in sight, no wrong or right, just endless motion, cold and bare, going somewhere that ain't there. Oh, I tried to turn, I tried to stand, but nothing moves at my command. And every mile I can't ignore feels like I've ridden this before. The whistle cries but no one hears,
It cuts through silence, not through ears, like it's calling something lost that vanished long before the cost. A suitcase sits beside my feet, filled with things I couldn't keep. Every letter, every name, just fragments that won't stay the same. I catch my face in passing glass, blurring like a fading past. And for a second I can tell I don't know me that well. The wheels don't rest, they only grind against the rails inside my mind. And every thought I try to send just circles back again. This is the last ride to nowhere tonight. No end in sight, no wrong or right, just endless motion, cold and bare, going somewhere that ain't there. Oh, I tried to turn, I tried to stand, but nothing moves at my command. And every mile I can't ignore feels like I've ridden this before. I walk the aisle, no doors to find, just empty rows and fading signs. No exit sign, no light ahead, just something pulling me instead. The conductor stands at the far end, not foe, not guide, not even friend. He tips his hat but doesn't speak, like answers are too weak to seek. And in that stillness, cold and drawn, I realize what I've been on. Not a train, not rails, not steel, but something I can't quite reveal. It ain't the road, it ain't the track, it's every step you can't take back. Every choice you let remain becomes a different kind of train. And nowhere ain't a place you go, it's something deep you come to know. When all the paths you tried before don't lead anywhere anymore. This is the last ride to nowhere I see, and it's been waiting here for me. No turning back, no getting off, just endless line I can't uncross. So I tried to leave, I tried to flee, but the ride is part of me. And every mile I thought I knew just fades into a darker view. No, I don't fight, I don't pretend, I ride this line that doesn't end. No past to claim, no truth to swear, just motion going nowhere. And if you ever hear that sound, steel on rails with no town around, don't climb aboard, don't take the fare, or you'll be riding nowhere. The engine fades, the tracks run thin, but something keeps me locked within. And I remain where echoes pour on the last ride to nowhere.
Never found, oh, the ground was soft where I returned, like it remembered what I'd learned. The wind stood still, the sky hung low over something I won't show. No marketplace, no cross to keep, just quiet dirt that runs too deep. And every step I take feels weak, where the truth was buried deep. I came back late past midnight's call, where shadows stretch and silence crawls. The shovel's rust still fits my hand like it recalls what I had planned. The trees lean in like they can hear every thought I brought back here. And every root beneath the ground feels like it's holding something down. I tried to leave, I tried to run, but distance don't erase what's done. And every mile I tried to keep still led me back to buried deep. The earth don't speak, it don't accuse, it just holds tight what we refuse. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's sinking way too deep. The truth was buried every grain, a quiet scream from something lost between the seams. I hear no voice, I see no face, but something lingers in this place. Not ghost, not memory, not grief, just something sharper than belief. I kneel down where the ground dips low, where I once forced myself to go, and in the silence I can feel a truth too heavy to conceal. The night don't end, it only bends around the lies we try to mend, and every word I didn't speak still breathes beneath what I made weak. The truth was buried deep that night. No wrong, no mercy, no wrong or right, just hands in dirt and something gone that never should have carried on. Oh, I tried to cover what I knew, but it always found a way back through. And every road I tried to leave just circled back beneath my feet. I dropped the shovel, let it fall, like I don't need to dig at all. Cause what's beneath ain't under there, it's in the weight I always bear. The ground don't crack, it don't reveal, it doesn't have to prove it's real. Cause every step I take away still brings me back another day. And in that stillness, cold and wide, I see there's nowhere left to hide. Not from the dirt, not from the night, but from the truth I buried tight. It ain't the grave that holds it still, it's every thought against your will. Every moment you deny becomes the place it learns to lie. And buried things don't fade with time, they just grow quiet in the mind until the silence breaks its key and shows the truth was buried deep. The truth was buried deep in me, not in the ground where none can see. No shovel breaks, no dirt can hide what's been living deep inside. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it's etched into my mind. And every road I try to seek leads me back to bury deep. Now I don't dig, I don't pretend, I just return here now and then. No past to fix, no truth to keep, just everything that runs too deep. And if you ever feel that weight in quiet earth or twisted fate, don't kneel too long, don't try to sleep where the truth is buried deep. The wind stays still, the ground won't break, it holds every choice we make. And I remain where silence seeps, where the truth was buried deep. I've been here before. The wind whispers sins I can't deny. Every mile I go, I hear the angels cry. I bury brothers where the dust runs deep, the names carved in the bones I keep. Cause hell follows where I ride. Burning right behind, every hoofbeat shakes the ground, every ghost I ever found. The ground was soft where I returned, like it remembered what I learned. The wind stood still, the sky hung low over something I won't show. No mark
place, no cross to keep, just quiet dirt that runs too deep. And every step I take feels weak, where the truth was buried deep. I came back late past midnight's call, where shadows stretch and silence crawls. The shovel's rust still fits my hand like it recalls what I had planned. The trees lean in like they can hear every thought I brought back here. And every root beneath the ground feels like it's holding something down. I tried to leave, I tried to run, but distance don't erase what's done.
The hammer falls in hollow rings, like it knows what silence brings. Each strike echoes slow and deep, where the restless never sleep. The lid comes down on what once seemed like something more than broken dreams. And every breath I couldn't save gets buried with it in the grave. Pine box lay with nothing left for me to say. The preacher spoke, but I heard none, just the sound of what was done. The crowd was thin, the sky was gray, like even light had turned away. And every face I tried to read looked like it knew what I would be. A shovel leaned against the ground, like it was waiting for a sound to break the stillness cold and tight, but nothing ever made it right. The dirt don't rush, it falls too slow, like it's got something left to show. And every tear I tried to hide just stayed somewhere deep inside. Coffin nails and broken dreams tonight. Nothing here feels wrong or right, just quiet loss I can't redeem. And everything we couldn't be, oh, I tried to hold what slipped away, but it never chose to stay. And every hope I used to keep now lies beneath in buried sleep. I traced the grain along the wood, like somehow that might do some good. But all I felt was empty space, where time erased a living face. The wind came through without a sound, didn't move a thing around, like even nature chose to wait for something I can't articulate. A name was carved but felt too light for all the weight of that last night. And every letter etched in place couldn't bring back what it replaced. The ground closed in without a fight, like it had practiced all its life. And every word I didn't say just faded into gray. Coffin nails and broken dreams tonight. Nothing here feels wrong or right, just quiet loss I can't redeem. And everything we couldn't be, oh, I tried to hold what slipped away, but it never chose to stay. And every hope I used to keep now lies beneath in buried sleep. The last nail struck, the echo died, and something in me went with it inside. Not buried deep, not laid to rest, just something missing in my chest. The preacher left, the crowd moved on, like grief was something quickly gone. But I remained where silence grew, with nothing left to hold on to. And in that stillness, cold and wide, I saw the truth I tried to hide, that broken dreams don't fade or end, they just reshape and bend.
It ain't the coffin, ain't the grave. It's everything we couldn't save. Every chance we let slip through becomes the weight that follows you. When dreams don't die, they settle low in places only we can know. Till every step you try to take feels like something starts to break. Coffin nails and broken dreams remain etched in memory and pain. No healing hand, no time to mend, just something that won't ever end. No, I tried to walk, I tried to flee, but it still walks right next to me. And every breath I take alone feels like I'm standing at that stone. Now I don't speak, I don't pretend, I just return here now and then. No past to fix, no truth to claim, just quiet echoes and a name. And if you ever stand this ground where silence is the loudest sound, don't linger long, don't try to see what's buried deep inside of me. The hammer steel, the night runs deep, where broken dreams are laid to sleep. And I remain where shadows